Rice! Welcome to my shop.
Today, Explore New England takes you to Bridgewater, Massachusetts, and we meet one of the most well-respected spirit mediums in New England.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Rice, and I'm a spirit medium. I communicate with your loved ones, friends, family, and pets in spirit, bringing you validations and messages to let you know that we are never truly alone.
So Tiffany, when did you realize that you first had this gift that you could communicate with spirits?
Well, I'm glad that you asked me that question. I always had a sense of knowing, and even as a little girl, I can remember talking to people and having a conversation with them, and all of a sudden I'd start getting these images behind them, and I didn't know what they were. And it wasn't until I was in my early 20s when I started to really start to develop and hone in on what it was.
Yeah.
And once I actually took a class, and once I took a class, I was able to identify exactly that it was mediumship that I was pulling through, people that have passed on.
How did the spirits come through to you and speak through you?
So for me, I actually have a lot of different senses that I pick up on. When I'm giving a reading, a lot of times I'll see it in my mind's eye, which the best way to describe that is it's almost like a memory.
Okay.
You know how if I asked you, okay, what does your house look like? Without responding, think about it. What does your house look like? What color is it? What side is the driveway on? You're getting a mental image in your mind. And to you, it looks like a memory. So it's a picture in my mind. That's how it comes through. And I do my best to describe it. I also hear them. So how I hear them, it's as if they're driving by me going 100 miles an hour. So when I get names, for instance, the name Daniel, I'll tell you a quick story.
Yeah.
I was giving somebody a reading, and I was bringing her grandfather through. And I said, he keeps on bringing up the name Dan or Danny. And she goes, no, that's not him. And I said, all right, well, it has to be Dan or Danny. And I kept saying it, and she kept saying no. So I moved on, and I gave her more information from her grandfather. And then finally I heard it again. I heard, Daniel. I said, it's Daniel. And she goes, that's not me. And her friend looks, hits her, gentle tap, and she says, your name is Danielle. And she goes, but he never called me Danny. So you kind of have to think a little bit outside the box.
Yeah.
But I hear them, so I hear them, I see them. But there are certain things that they will say. Sometimes they'll say, I can think free and clearly now. And when I hear them say that, for me, I feel like they had self-medicated prior to their passing. So for me, whenever time I hear, I can think free and clearly, it's always something where there could be some toxins in their system.
So you're also a Reiki master as well. That is fascinating. Can you explain what Reiki is and how it works?
Sure. So I'm a Reiki master and teacher. So I got certified back in 2008. And one of the reasons why I got certified is because I wanted to increase my intuition and be open more energetically. And I knew that being able to be a Reiki master would help me just advance a little bit more. So Reiki's Japanese, it means energy life force, and it's great for healing. It's deep relaxation. It's almost, I'm sure you've experienced a massage before. Well, massage, you're actually manipulating the muscle, whereas with Reiki, the practitioner will either slightly touch you or lightly place their hand above you, and you can actually feel a heat or tingling sensation. But it's great for healing, it's great for relaxing. People have come to me for that, actually for fertility. People have come to me for treatments to help them with their fertility. And a lot of times since I see chakra colors as well, so that's a whole other topic for another day.
So fascinating.
But I see chakra colors as well. So a lot of times when I feel like your chakras may be a little bit blocked, which happens frequently, I'll work specifically in that area to help align and unblock as well, which also helps with any physical ailments.
Yeah, that's so fascinating. I love that.
It's absolutely. Have you tried it?
I've never had Reiki.
Okay,
No,
well, you've come to the
never
right
had.
place.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So you offer this at your shop here as well?
Yes, that's one of the modalities that we offer for healing, but I do the group readings here, and we do life coaching. We do hypnosis, past life regression.
Oh, wow.
Of course, the Reiki on a biomat, which a biomat is an amethyst infused mat, which is
That's awesome.
so nice
Yes,
for
I
the
can
healing
only
process.
imagine.
I also teach guided meditation here. And it's just a shop, again, offering all different types of healing modalities, because what might work for you may not work for me. And so I want someone to come in here having a positive experience and something where, okay, maybe Reiki doesn't work for this person. When I say it doesn't work, they just may not be into it. That's all. But the yoga classes work great for them. So it really just depends as an individual on what healing modality works for you, and that's what the shop is all about.
Yeah, it's full circle. I love
Absolutely.
that. That's
Absolutely.
great. When did you know that the time was right for you to make a change into doing this full time, and what does that consist of for
Oh my
you?
gosh, it was so difficult for me to make this decision because I'm very black and white. It's you stay with the company for 30 plus years and then you retire and that's it, right? So
Yeah.
for me to go full time was a huge step for me. At this time, I was always already doing home parties, private readings. I actually had a show called Spirit Connections with Tiffany that I hosted for 3 years. It was actually from Wareham Cable Access.
Oh.
And I had guests on and people that were part of the spiritual community, paranormal community, anybody that would just want to come on and talk about who they are and what they represented. So I was already doing that. I was establishing myself. And then it got to the point where I was burning the wick at both ends. I really needed to make that decision. And so I did. And I was so scared, but I did it. So I ended up becoming full-time. June 1st, 2013 was my first day of being full-time. And then it wasn't until 2017 I opened up the shop. But what I do full-time, I continue to do the private readings. That's what the shop and having the space allows me to do.
Yeah.
I do intimate gallery readings. And I do a ton of work with today's Easy 99.1, which is a radio station located in Plymouth, but it but it goes through the Boston area, Rhode Island, the islands. And so I do bigger events with them, which is usually around 150 people events.
Oh, that's great.
I do the charity events. I do a lot with Rise Up Paranormal.
Yeah.
And I keep myself busy by doing I teach guided meditation. I teach owning your intuition classes to hype up your senses as far as being a medium, being spiritual. And
So you do
I do a lot. I do a lot. And also I'm the mom of the shop. So I'm constantly, I'm bringing awesome people in that offer these healing modalities. So for me, if I can provide workshops to you guys, that's what I do.
Yeah, all amazing stuff. What's your most recent event that you have coming up? What are you working on soon?
Well, actually, this Wednesday, August 21st, I am going to be doing Spirits and Stars with my good friend Robin Curtin. She's a spiritual astrologer. So I'm doing a hour gallery reading, and then she's doing a trip around the zodiac. So that's something that we're doing. And then August 31st, I'll be at Hotel 1620 in Plymouth doing Breakfast with Tiffany, and that's a smaller event with today's Easy 99.1, and we're only doing 40. We're having 40 tickets sold.
Wow.
So that's one of the smaller shows.
Yeah.
And I always say to people, because here's a question. I'll ask a question that people always ask me.
Yeah.
People will say, okay, well, what type of reading is good for me? Should I go to a gallery event, or should I do a private event, or should I do a private reading?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on where you are with grief. If you're curious, wondering, okay, maybe someone's going to come through, maybe they're not, then go to a gallery reading.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay? If you're hoping somebody comes through, but you're a little nervous, maybe a small private group reading. But if you're really looking to connect with someone, a private reading is the way to go, because it's you and me for the full 60 minutes. There's no other interference, because as you know, and I know you've come to my gallery events, it's the spirit bus. Everybody just kind of piles in, right?
They're all walking.
Exactly. But you know what though? Another awesome thing is that spirit is energy. And so with that being said, you don't have to sit here in front of me to give you a reading. I offer them through the phone.
Oh, that's amazing option for people. Yeah.
There's so many people that I have not met yet, but I've known for years because they'll call me here and there for a reading.
Yeah.
And as far as how many times do you get a reading per year, it's up to you. I would not recommend weekly. I would not recommend monthly, because you want your life to continue on. And with your readings, a lot of times I'll give you information, not only validations and messages, but I'll give you information of things happening currently in your life.
Yep.
So you know that your grandmother in spirit
Yep.
is with you at
Yep.
all times.
I was going to say it's amazing because once a year, that's our tradition. We come for our reading with you.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a family reunion. You always
Yes.
bring our grandmother through. And we get so excited every year. We're like, oh, it's the time. We get to
Exactly.
with grandma. And it's perfect. Once a year, you know, and you give us the most amazing messages. Like, I get goosebumps just talking
thank
about it.
you.
The validation that you bring is so amazing. And it's so personal to us that every time we walk out of there, we just feel so good, so full of love and peace, and it's just one of the most amazing things. And I would recommend everyone to get a private reading with you. They are
thank you so much.
absolutely 100% the best thing in the world. Like, you bring such
Thank
comfort
you.
and peace into it as well. So I'm in love with your clothing line.
Thank
Can
you.
It's amazing. My mom has them in every color.
She's
loves them.
adorable.
She's always wearing them. She
I love
loves them. What inspired your clothing line?
Well, if you know me, as you do, I'm a very relaxed type of person. I used to work in corporate America for years, and when I started to do my readings full time, one of the things that I love to do is be able to wear hoodies and leggings. So, so that was one of my priorities, is that being able to dress comfortably for me. And with that, and intertwining it with what I do for a living as a spirit medium, I thought, what better way than to put a positive message out there? So I trademarked the saying, "We're never truly alone," because I feel that. I truly feel that. And so what I wanted to do with it is putting it out there, but putting it on something cozy, because I wanted it to be something that I could wear every day. And so I have these tank tops, which I'm wearing one, with the angel wings, but I also have t-shirts and hoodies, and I have long sleeve yoga t-shirts, zip up hoodies. Pretty much I've done canvas bags. I've done everything you can think of. But now journals, that's
I
the
love
brand
those.
new.
And those are amazing. And the material on these are the comfiest things you will ever feel. Like, out there, I was like, oh, I could just want to dive into it. It's
Because
so
I'm all about the
cool.
comfort. So I figured, what better comforting way? Not only is it comforting them physically, but it's also comforting them mentally, and just knowing that their loved one is here with them all the time. And so that was the purpose of creating the apparel line. Of course, I wanted to be comfy doing the readings, but I wanted you to be comfy too, and I wanted it to be a little reminder that your loved one is always here with you.
So what do you get out of giving messages to people, doing readings? What does it bring for you?
Well, for me, I love having it be a family reunion. I know I can't bring your loved one here back physically, but if I can provide you with peace, validation, and comforting messages of letting you know that they're right here with you, that's what I'm here to do. And so with that feeling, it's something that it carries me on, and it continues on, and what I want to do is get to as many people as I possibly can.
So what's the best way to get in contact with you? What forms of social media do you have?
I have a lot.
Great.
So to contact me, you can go to my website, which is tiffanyrice.com. I'm Spirit Medium Tiffany on Facebook. That's where I post all my events, and I do Facebook Lives with everybody. Also, you can find me at Spirit Tiff on Twitter, Spirit Tiff on Instagram. I have a free monthly newsletter that you can sign up for. Just go to tiffanyrice.com. And also, I would love to tell everybody to go on over to my shops page on Facebook, which is the Shop at 200 Elm, and also the Shop at 200 Elm on Instagram. So that's pretty new. We're getting it,
Working out.
Yeah, we're working on it. But that's the easiest way to find me, are those channels.